playing
Batrider.
Nyx Bat constantly in the first phase.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, was it Hokori that were playing Coddle? I feel like that sounds familiar.
Let me actually check here.
Maybe not, but anyway.
They play a lot of Kato.
Yeah.
It's pretty much close to Terrorblade as their most pick hero.
Yeah, so at least that is open for them, right? By removing that Nyx. I mean, Crewmates were 100% going to first pick it. We've seen some teams who don't prioritize the Nyx, but we've also, if you just look through Crewmates, they've literally just been first picking Nyx like 4 of the last 5 games. People have given it to them for some reason. So
yeah, I feel like the Kato train is a little late for South America because I've seen in NA in Europe people just fighting for Kato at all times, and it feels like it's not going to be picked here. They already get dying for Crewmates.
Maybe a deterrent into the potential Mars that I thought could be coming. If it's a 4 Tusk, Undying is pretty annoying.
That was a really fast pick. They saw the Tusk and were just like, okay. Like, that's 1 melee here on the lane.
That's one guy that doesn't hit the tombstone. How about 4 more?
I like the Tusk though. You can dodge most of the flame break damage when you're in the snowball. You can save people from the lasso.
Huh? So Hokori have 10th pick here. They have last pick. This would be very peculiar to grab your mid. Gotta be a flex, right?
Yeah, it is a flex, and it's a hero that probably gets banned. Like they first face this Batrider, they're gonna try and eliminate a lot of the good matchups versus mid Batrider. So I think you have to pick it now, or it would probably get banned. So it is a flex, but it's also like a hero you wouldn't be able to pick later, I think.
Yeah, let's say it's one of their go-to strats, actually. It's just like pulling out this Queen of Pain. They play it a lot, especially when they were playing in that First Blood tournament. They picked a ton of Queen of Pain in that tournament.
Okay. Comfort pick. Does she dumpster bat in lane or something? Is that like a really good matchup?
I wouldn't say dumpster, but I would say she's a good matchup.
I guess at least she's got like the range and the blink to be able to just get the hell out and live.
It's very hard to commit on Queen of Pain. If you think about Bat, like your commitments are generally very telegraphed because you have to build up the sticky, and so she has a choice of either burning you down with the dagger or going just for the blink out, and obviously she can make a big enough gap that you can't follow up after. Plus, if she's really good, she might even do like a mini blink and then put herself under tower range, and she's still hitting you, and then pull you into that awkward situation, you know?
Yeah, I guess Dagger is particularly painful against Batrider in terms of those early, like, one-on-one, I'm going to get the kill first kind of thing. He's really relying on that movement speed, especially before the bots come out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in.
I think this
you
is
guys
probably
have
a
convinced
matchup
me.
you at least get a third point of Dagger. It's not that popular anymore after they nerfed it a bit.
Yeah.
But against Batrider, there's probably some value in the second or third point.
It kind of, it's going to depend on the game, though, because sometimes it might just be worth it for the Bat to ditch, and then you're a Queen of Pain with 3 points and Dagger, like, trying to rotate.
Oh,
and so if you have survival side lanes...
You don't get it, They take the Lycan away here. So they need a 5 for Hokori, that's for sure. Unless Tusk is 5, but I think it's probably going to be a 4.
They could pick Nature's Prophet, too, theoretically.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. They could also Murana and play the Tusk as 5. I wonder, because I like Murana versus Batrider. It's one of the few, like, they would have 2 supports that can actually deal with the Bat, right? Like, at least like have a way to not get solo queued all times. I wonder if they have that in mind, and it's a counter to the Tombstone at the same time.
Man, Bat has just been so wild lately. The way you can just like run over games. I'm trying to think out of my heroes as a 5 player. Who would I want?
Okay.
Well, here's one of the few that can handle the lasso. Baden with his aphotic shield. Will
this be a K1 or like a carry Abaddon like we saw with K1, or probably just a 5? But
I think it's a Gardic Abaddon.
Yeah.
I think it's
but
just
I like the idea of it.
A nice cleanse, little sustainability.
It makes me think they're going to go like Troll or Jug or something. But you can't really go Troll with the Bat there, because then they could put the Bat in the off lane. And then I don't know, Abba like early as a 5 isn't particularly good in lane versus the Batrider.
Well, maybe here's a stat to look up. Has Lumiere ever played position 1 Abba? That might be telling.
I'll leave us in suspense.
Not a very popular hero as a carry. They're specific. Also, they need a position 4 here for crewmates. Huh.
They go for the big burster with the lasso. Pretty good versus Queen of Pain. I was looking at that shard today, actually, on Skywrath Mage. It's kind of crazy. It buffs all the durations of debuffs by 50% when they have Ancient Seal on them.
Pretty insane. That was one that I remember looking at and thinking, there's got to be some combos with that are just busted.
5 seconds.
And-
I don't know. It makes me wonder because it's like, at the same time, whenever I Ancient Seal someone, aren't they just like dead anyway? Like, do I need to stun them for 50% longer in most games?
Yeah, I guess despite the shard, it is really good versus Abaddon and Tusk, right? Because Abaddon, the only counter is silences because he cannot ult out of it and he cannot shield. So it is a good way to prevent the save on both the Tusk and the Abaddon and kill the Quap when the supports are not close.
Yeah, Quap is very sad when she just blinks in and gets instant silence or instant hex. Like that's a pub classic. The Queen of Pain is snowballing the game and she buys that one offensive item instead of BKB and then she just loses.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you just pick a really safe one right now, personally. I think you pick like a Jug or maybe a Troll. I kind of feel like Jug's just safer though.
Let me think here.
Because you need something kind of strong with the ABBA. If you want to have the ability to put this 5 still, that is. The other option is if you're confident in your ABBA 1, you pick a 5. But okay, they actually do go back to the Prophet, so...
Still pretty flexy here. I mean, this could be a variety of roles, but it could be one ABBA with a 5 Prophet.
I think it's probably 3 Prophet, 5 ABBA, mid Queen, and then we'll just
4
save our
Tusk.
10th pick for one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right.
And I like this because you have last pick, and you don't know the carry matchup, so it's good that at least they get that very important counter into whatever position 1 crewmates plays.
There's still Monkey left. There's still Wraith King left. Wraith King looks kind of okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything particularly good against him here that Hokori has.
I always
Safe and
like
sound.
to have this like the mobility carry against Sprout. So I wonder how much PA.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, they can just grab that because they're probably playing the bat mid anyway. So, and that's definitely gonna get banned. That was a good call.
Well, some great vision game now. Love Beastmaster with Bat Rider.
And they have a potential 5 ABBA who does not want to lane versus Beastmaster. Doesn't do anything versus the boars. The boars are going to slow you and just like walk at him and annoy him. Plus Skywrath Mages will be chucking spells at you. So I don't know. This 5 ABBA is looking mega questionable.
Both of these drafts are lacking on like real team fight right now. I feel like the mid games are really focused on pickoffs for both sides. You got
The
this like
biggest team fight's
lasso,
like Sonic Wave.
lasso roar, and on the other side you've got this snowball like Quap kit. Just grab somebody, blow them up, and then run away.
All right, I have the answer, guys. I have the answer.
All right.
Play Abba carry, send Nature's Prophet to the off lane, and you pick Ench.
Pick Ench.
Yeah, for the Beastmaster. Yeah, something that can just lane versus it. I'm actually... I like that better than trying to go for some one that's just going to get blown up because this lane's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
But even Ench
kind
versus
of lane
Skywrath Mage
that,
is
like-
kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
But so like Witch Doctor or CM.
I feel like until Scarf has ult, the heal actually sustains pretty decently. But after level 60, it gets super scary for sure. They have a lot of magic damage on the Batrider and Skywrath Mage together.
They're just gonna
Yeah, but
jump.
having a one ABBA that can't get easily blown up
10
is
seconds
actually
remaining.
kind of okay here. Like having a one that's just really tanky.
5 seconds.
A lot
Yeah,
of
I feel
games
like
that doesn't
if-
do much for you, but this one, if you can survive the roar, or the lasso, or the Skywrath ult, the fight looks pretty easy.
You have to ban Slark now if you're gonna play Abba 1. I think it's probably the best hero against Abaddon that's still open
Yep.
here.
Yep. Essence Shift versus those tanky cores, classic.
10 seconds remaining.
But I mean, there's a
5
big
seconds
chance they're just gonna play this app as a 5, and then I'm really scared for Hokori because I don't know what your last pick here, and we don't even know what's the last pick from Crewmates, and I don't know what Hokori should do.
Yeah, it's looking rough. because they're probably going to take one of the better ones that are left too. So
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, Ricky's banned. Probably something fairly mobile, I'd imagine.
yeah, the PA ban was good too. PL's also still in, so yeah, exactly.
Not anymore.
No, they don't want the Sprout options, as Bowie pointed out, because it is really annoying to get stuck in Sprout.
They could do something like Ursa that has a lot of burst.
I knew you were going to say Ursa. I almost said it while you were saying, because I was so positive you were about to say Ursa. He is really good though, because he builds.
I mean, there's not much
Battle
left.
Fury.
Yeah.
You have a Quelling Blade all the time. It's good.
True. You don't even need a Quelling Blade because you can jump the Sprout.
Well, you gotta save your jump now. Come on, don't be wasting your jump on the trees. Although to be fair, once he's the shard, you actually do need to jump.
Yeah.
You gotta get away from those big treants.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with Ursa. You're gonna get super good Roche. Their push is kind of bad, but they have Beastmaster, so it's probably not gonna matter that much.
I mean, I would just Jug. Like then I take Jug away from them, and he looks super easy.
If they go Jug, then I hope they play Carry Abaddon, because it's gonna be a really good game for Carry Abaddon.
Oh, there was still the Monkey King too.
Okay.
So now that deters a potential Wraith King pick, who's also still in.
Do you Jug if you're Hokori? Doesn't look like a good Jug game, actually. They have Lasso and Roar.
And Silence. Sad life.
Dude, it has to be the Carry Abaddon. It just...
Yeah, but then their game plan is so one-dimensional. I mean, I guess that's kind of what they've set themselves up for here, though.
Yeah.
And they do not have a lot of time. All right, who do you want, Crystal Maiden or Witch Doctor? They want the
Oh,
edge. All right.
I was right!
Bowie
Yeah, but is
gets
that a
plus
good thing,
one.
Bowie?
I have... yes,
Don't
it's
you
not a
hate
good
that
thing.
feeling when you predict it and go, I knew they were going to pick Medusa, but I still think they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Lumir Abaddon. Okay, position 1, taking a page out of the K1 book. He does have the cosmetics, you'll see momentarily, for this Carry Abaddon to instill some fear, but...
Beautiful.
Whew, it sounds like both of our panel analysts here are favoring the Brazilians. Looks like you guys are thinking some crewmates.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how they win. Like, if their lanes are good enough, if Quap doesn't die to bat, and if Abaddon like just survives, I feel like they get into a timing where this Abaddon isn't killable, right?
Yeah, and like before Monkey has ulti too, and the Bat Rider's trying to like get that first big item, there is definitely a window, but I do think it is it's a little tight for my liking.
Yeah, I feel like they just have to outskill crewmates in the laning stage. That's their win condition, pretty much.
Okay.
I would agree.
Possible, but maybe not what you want to bank on with so much weight on a series like this. A best of 3, only game 1, so they'll have a second chance. But very interesting drafts here for our first series of the day. Gareth, Theben, are you guys ready for the Carry Abaddon to take flight?
Good morning.
To take flight, yeah, good morning. Yeah, super ready. I mean, you're saying they've got to outplay their opponents in the laning stage against an Undying and a Skywrath Mage Theben. These are the two of the most oppressive laning stage heroes in the game. How are they going to do it?
It's going to be tough. I think this Undying, like the whole composition is really good from crewmates, especially against Hokori's lineup. They don't have the Tombstone killer. I always talk about this when we see Undyings, right? And you saw
That
it
team
early.
fight Tombstone.
They still didn't... Exactly, especially the one on the high ground that makes it very difficult to fight around many places on the map. So in this game, I think both of the teams, I would have said crewmates, they're lacking disables, but look at Hokori. They got the same problem on their draft. They only have this Tusk who can really initiate and make things happen. And on the side of crewmates, I know there's a shield that can potentially remove the Beastmaster Roar and the Lasso, but is it going to be good enough?
Yeah, another game where itemization is key, it feels like. Everyone looking for those primary items, disable items, just to be able to make team fights work for themselves. We can see how the lane's actually set up, as we have a nice little view there, through the trees into the Undying of D-Flash. 4 heroes up top for crewmates, but it's going to be the Beastmaster Skywrath Mage top lane. Undying's going to move down to bottom to lane with a Monkey King, and they've got the Bat Rider mid against that Queen of Pain, while Hokori have that Pos1 Abaddon top. Should be the Enchantress laning up there, and like Bowie called, Enchantress against the Beastmaster, pretty good for Gardic.
Yeah, that's very, very good, for sure. You want to hear my opinion on this Abaddon position 1?
Of course.
Alright, well, I don't like it. I know that K1 does it, I think K1 is a brilliant player and Bisco is a great team and they can make it work. But if you're not like well versed in this Abaddon and your team doesn't understand how to play around it, it's a very, very difficult hero to play. You know, you can always remove Roar with your Borrowed Time or the Lasso. But what if they use those spells when you're Borrowed Time? Even if you're not taking damage, right? If you get lassoed and you get pulled out of position, now your position 1 Abaddon is pulled out of position. Who's going to help him?
Absolutely nobody. There's nobody to back
and
him up.
That's why I prefer the Abaddon like position 5s and then pick another carry who's also good against Bat Rider. So there's like multiple ways that you can deal with Bat instead of just one.
I have multiple layers. And also the fact, going back to Beast Coast and K1, they picked it against a Bat Rider, but they specifically put it mid to lane against the Bat Rider too.
Yeah.
So they were looking for that good lane matchup.
Exactly. I mean, he, like the panel said, he plays a lot of Queen of Pain. Personally, though, I do prefer a Storm Spirit in that position. Drafting a Storm can mean that the Bat Rider can be solo killed instead of just going for this Queen of Pain here, who can't really solo kill a Bat Rider like later on in the game. Like maybe in the laning stage, yeah, it's possible, but again, I think Storm's just a much better hero in general.
Especially with that Boots of Travel, BKB Bat Rider. You know he's going to be running around the map everywhere, having... Oh, top lane. What's going on with that Skywrath? Getting punched into the ground. Curse of Avernus. Really irritating spell there from Lumiere. Yeah,
not a joke of a spell. Bottom. Ooh.
Oh, first blood spilled. I mean, El Misho, he's trying to TP out. He cancelled it to Snowball. Do they want to try and kill D-Flash, or they're just trying to run away? It looks like El Misho goes for the latter, sprints off back, and they've already killed the Monkey King.
Mm-hmm. It would have been nice if he did manage to go back to base on the Tusk so he can get the refill on his resources, and also the Nature's Puppet would have got a bunch of solo XP down here. Would have been nice. Maybe there was some communication where Vitaly was like, "Oh, let's just try to fight him. You know, we can beat him," and then he just canceled his TP.
Or maybe he thought he was going to
low bottom.
Maybe he thought he was going to die to Soul Rip as well, like another decay and Soul Rip under the tower with the hits there. I think El Misho probably made the right choice, backing up. Oh, Monkey King will come back down into that lane. But a good start from Hokori. You know, against Undying and Monkey King, you'd expect D-Flash and FCR here to have a good start with the ability to really bully these heroes in lane. Not to be. Just throw a boundless strike out there, release some of that frustration, FCR.
I think D-Flash might have made the mistake of going for the boots in this kind of game. Typically you go boots against position 4s that are ranged. But in this kind of lane, you just need to tank up, you know, get a bunch of regen and mangoes and try to use your body to help the Monkey King last hit creeps. Because once the Monkey King is high enough level, this lane's pretty easy for him.
Yeah, because conventionally you'd be thinking about, you know, you're mentioning the ranged pos 4 like a Rubik, for example, right? And conventionally, you know, you'd have that Rubik pos 4 and then, say, a Beastmaster pos 3. And the melee hero is in that 1v1 against your melee carry, and you're fine. But with a Prophet with a Blightstone, like, constantly hitting your Monkey King, you've really got to spread yourself thin as the Undying, trying to tank everything up. Back into mid lane.
It's a lot better if you just use his own resource like that, Quap versus Bat is...
dead even.
I think it's... yeah, exactly.
Not with the Tusk arriving, though. There's the tag team. Another scream should come. Queen of Pain holding the blink, doesn't want to use it. Snowball's there to escape. Queen of Pain and Tusk, they're out of there, but the Skywrath Mage is thinking about going for it, but nowhere near enough damage.
The lane changer, the Tusk rotation to mid. That's a pretty early rotation mid too. I think he felt like, oh, the Nature's Prophet is shoving the lane in bottom. They're not going to really kill him. Just try to do some kind of movement down there, and it worked out. And now they can control up the power rune as well.
Oh yeah, it's perfect timing. I guess he made the conscious decision because Undying had pulled, and the Tusk was like, I can stop the pull, or I can go kill the mid laner. Goes for the correct choice. And a regen rune, the prize that the Queen of Pain will claim. No bottle yet, though. Boots up first to try and escape from that Bat Rider with the wand, of course, against that sticky napalm. Bottle comes after. Hijack up top and a TP away. No, he's cancelled his TP. Oh dear, what's happened there? Abaddon and Enchantress are going to chase him down now. Hijack's done for. He was safe and sound. There's no stuns there. He could have just continued his TP. Unless I'm missing something. Look like
Oh yeah, Curse of Avernus has like a mini stun. You didn't know that?
please don't do this to me. It's like they've brought back Sniper's headshot. Now it's on Abaddon.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really catch the TP out there, but
Oh my god,
I
they've got
believe
the
you.
bat again. Tusk causing
And-
problems around the bounty runes. It's going to be 4 bounty runes for Hokori. This Tusk.
Is under attack.
oh wow. Yeah, that's some really good rotations. I mean, that was also the co-op not even blinking in for the kill too. So they can't even punish her.
And now they're going back in again.
D-flash.
They know the D-Flash is stuck. They find another one. Queen of Pain, 102. But this
crushing
is
it.
Tusk that's got 3 kills already, 5.5 minutes in.
I mean, he's making all the plays, right, on El Micho. He's bringing so much momentum to his team right now.
They're going to get the Skywrath as well. Tusk has spotted the Sky
Oh, yeah.
rotating across. Enchantress and Queen of Pain trying to catch up. They're slow with the tag team. And the right clicks aren't enough. Needed a bit more gas from the Queen of Pain. Pretty low on mana for her, though. And she did go for those 3 points in Dagger, like Bowie was talking about. So laning stage against the Bat Rider. Even more potent for the co-op.
Dire's middle tower is under
Damn,
attack.
the way that El Micho plays, he really reminds me of Tim's, actually,
Dire are scanning.
from TNC.
What, the
Just like-
rotations?
Yeah, the rotations, where he's sitting, the timing of when he's going out, understanding like the Nature's Prophet doesn't really need help. And also giving communication. Like, look at this Nature's Prophet. He's constantly pushing the lane in. He's not like trying to pull the lane back because he knows the only way he's gonna
Oh.
die is if the lane is pulled back.
The Sky, he knew there's a ward up there, but with the Enchantress and Tusk camping that high ground, a dominating Tusk is what we'll find. And I don't know about you, Theban, but bottom lane, they drop the Tombstone on the Prophet, and then he runs away. Never mind. That Observer ward in the Radiant Triangle, does the Sentry see it, or is it just out? It's very close.
Yeah, it's out. It's out.
And
it's out.
Beastmaster is being destroyed. Prophet's TP in here with a catapult wave. Means a kill and a tower with Curse of Avernus level
This is
3.
insane.
It's super fast. Look at how speedy they're going. Hokori 7-0 up, destroying the crewmates.
Dude, the Hokori is playing so well right now. I'm talking like not outplaying them, but the way that they're rotating around the map, it's just not giving crewmates any space at all. Crewmates are thinking about like getting farm, getting some levels, you know, playing their tempo, their own tempo. But Hokori is like making this game super fast.
It's
And
non-stop.
they're not, yeah, crewmates are not ready at all for what's happening right now.
I mean, crewmates need 1 kill at least. Then we'll get 7-1. Can
What
actually be happy.
crewmates need is to avoid this Tusk in the jungle. Like, they need to stop walking into where the Tusk is, and they need to like try to make plays on the other sides. For example, Bat Rider could TP bottom and maybe get a kill on this Nature's Prophet with the Monkey King.
True.
That would be nice.
Hey, get away from that top and mid lane. It's the danger zone.
Yeah. Yeah. This Enchantress plus Tusk is just way too strong for the time being.
Nia pokes his head into mid. Gardeck's gonna get rid of that rune up on Analog, and a Sonic Wave with Prophet's TP in will secure the kill on Bat Rider, while the backstab from El Micho finds the shards on the Sky. D-Flash snipe out of the Queen of Pain secures another kill, and the Sprout on Sky now allows Vitaly to kill off Calfs. 10-0. 5k net worth lead. It's only 8 minutes in. Hokori slamming this one into the ground. And honestly, Theban, 8 minutes. I've not looked at top lane. Like I legitimately haven't seen how the Abaddon's doing, what Beastmaster's up to. It's all been about this Tusk.
Telling you, man, Hokori's just playing on another level right now. Like, this is some... I mean, the way that they're playing is better than some of the Division 1 teams in South America right now.
It's smooth.
It's not only is it smooth, it's just the aggression that they have is just beautiful. Like, they really know their strengths. They know how to not beat on the other lanes when they're weak.
Oh, the ward is in.
They just keep running at them.
They found the Observer ward at long last.
Oh, okay. So it was inside the sentry range.
Yeah, it was barely.
Oh, wow.
Just in there. I don't know about this ward, though, that Tusk is trying to utilize against the Bat Rider. Analog gets spotted, but he's shifted up top. And in fact, the majority of the team's going up there. Monkey King now TPs, 5 heroes converging up towards the top tier 1.
This is really good too from crewmates to try and take at least one part of the map and get some space for themselves, and it's also good from Hokori not to entertain them. How many times have we seen South American teams where one team pushes the safe lane and they just all go there to try and defend, no
Well, they
matter
TP
what,
in one by
even
one.
when they shouldn't. Yeah, exactly. I like this, that they're just abandoning top and understanding
no.
that it's not a place they want to fight.
Abandon, no. Tusk, no.
Lumiere?
Theban has said you're not allowed to do this. It's naughty. Illegal. Under a tombstone, the Wrath of Nature's big damage on the Undying, and the Soul Rip comes under the Beastmaster, but Hijack, the damage is too much to handle. Hokori, they're just gonna slay them all.
They
3
half-assed
down with
it.
a tombstone so fast.
They thought there was a free tower for crewmates. They let them think it was a free tower, and then
They let us think it was a free tower.
Is under attack.
Yeah. And then they backed off, and it was just 3 heroes there. Then they brought all 5 just for the fight. Holy crap. I mean, they're just playing so well. Is actually incredible.
I think you're absolutely right. I was going to make the same call about this is Division 1 level play. They are jumping on the Batrider now, an analog. Oh, he's trying to Firefly up to the high ground, but a Sonic Wave, even before the snowball lands, gives Near a killing spree. At what point do crewmates think it's over? Because a 7k lead, this is an inordinate lead. It's massive.
It is. It really is. I mean, if Hokori play like this, they won't be able to come back on the side of crewmates. That being said, the tier 1 towers are dead. Sometimes there are teams who don't have the experience to play out the map after all the tier 1 towers are dead, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah,
So there are teams who go like, oh, tier 1 towers are dead, what's next? Oh,
Bat Lasso's
Lasso
bot.
bottom.
They're trying to TP that Sky in there. Vitali, with a bit of help from his Tusk friend, has the backup of the Enchantress. First kill of the game coming for crewmates. They kill
we
off the
go.
Prophet, and the Tusk will follow him. And this time, it's the crewmates that come with the numbers. 4 heroes spring into action bottom lane.
Yep, not only is it 2 kills, but Beastmaster is also split pushing top with his Necros, getting a lot of farm right now.
So it's like a little window here opened up because Lumiere was trying to finish off his relic, try and build that Radiance. And I guess he's made the call that he wants to jungle for a little bit.
For sure. I mean, you want this Radiance before you do anything else. The thing is, once the tier 1 towers are dead, you don't really want to be going for tier 2s right away. You want to be, reaping your harvest. That's what you want to do. The towers, that's what it was, the tier 1s. You open up the map, you want to farm.
Oh, Tusk gives the good little punch to D-Flash. Undying in this dire jungle. Not really where he wants to be. But yeah,
It gives a
destroying
lot of
those-
information, though. That Undying just being there and showing off 4 of Hokori's heroes.
So now Batrider can push out the bot lane a little further.
Yeah, all the cores got a little bit of space off of that, at least.
I like that little description. You know, you kill the tier 1 towers and it unlocks more farms for you, right? Like your harvest increases. TP forward from the Prophet into the Wukongs, but FCR Sonic waved. That's an Arcane Rune Queen of Pain. Near with a mega kill streak and they're snowballing deeper. Onto that tier 2, finding the Skywrath Mage. Well, they took their foot off the pedal for a couple of seconds, but straight back on it. And Batrider trying to defend that mid lane. Spooky
They
place
played
to be.
into the Hokori wards, and Hokori just punished it for it. I don't know, Gary, what happened, but Hokori, they are... This is like they're smurfing, in like another division. This is insane.
Yeah, they look incredibly good.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. Skywrath Mage needs a little pause. He needs to catch a breath.
I'm having a hard time believing these guys are Division 2 team. They just improved. I think maybe these guys took some time to scrim, practice, and they had like this eureka moment, right, with the team. Maybe watching another team's replay. And now they're just so different. Although they have been playing very well throughout the past weeks, Hokori. Always surprising.
So they didn't look too hot in that closed qualifier, but I think you're right. They've definitely had, you know, that light bulb pop above their head. Someone's flicked the switch.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And Division 2,
Dire's structures
giving them
are
a
fortified.
brand new clean slate to work with. Lumiere, a couple of hundred away from that Radiance,
Radiant's
claims up the
bottom
tier
tower
2.
has fallen.
This is a nice place for the Dire to play this bottom Radiant jungle. Tier 2 bot, tier 2 mid is open for you. And it's not, you know, anywhere near Roshan time, so you don't have to worry about that threat of enemies stealing Roshan for another, what, 5 minutes or something like that. So you can play bot for the most part, and then one hero can sit top and clean up the waves that arrive on the tier 2. So you have to be a little bit wary as the co-op.
Yeah, I mean, you still get blown up.
Radiant's
Until you
bottom
get to
tower
like
is under
BKB,
attack.
you're gonna get blown up quite a lot. He was actually going for a Linken's because I guess she's only worried about the roar, the bat rider lasso, and the sounds from the sky. So
Early warning system Lincolns. Do you miss Queen of Pain's Fear talent at 25?
yeah, definitely. I think that talent was what made her super powerful late game.
Like one of the best talents in the game, if not the best.
Yeah.
Now,
there were games where like you're playing with co-op and you're behind and everyone's like, okay, it's okay, just wait till 25 co-op, wait till 25 co-op. Like it was so important. You know, it lets you win games that you really can't.
Radiant's middle
Just such a
tower
nice
is under
disable.
attack.
it was so crazy with cooldown reduction too, because you basically had Scream on like a 5-second cooldown with a 2.5-second Fear. Non-stop screaming. Well, Orchid from the Prophet gets used bottom, but Batrider is a
Double
slippery fella.
Orchids. Co-op and NP both have one.
Oh, you're right, yeah. That's going to offer some serious threat. As Monkey King still doesn't have his first item. Still a good 1,200 away from Aghanim Scepter. And this is a monkey without Maelstrom, without Battle Fury, right? He's rushed Aghanims here. So he's not going to have that catch-up mechanism. Well, I guess... Ags is like a pseudo-farming item, right? It helps you.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. I think he just couldn't afford to go for any of those farming items. He just got to get tankier right away.
And don't get blown up
be
in
able to
fights.
soak damage in the fights, exactly.
Because that's the job that Lumiere on the opposing side is going to do perfectly. A level 12 Abaddon, maxed out shield, level 2 on that borrowed time, Radiance ready. He's still got a Fairy Fire from the laning stage. And they can...
Queen of Pain hit. Oh, Invis.
Okay, but they've seen it.
Sentry.
Lassoed up with a Mystic Flare. That's
She thought
Sentry.
she was safe because of the Invis.
Dire's bottom tower
That's
is
a
under
nice bit of gold there for the Skywrath Mage. Now up to about 2,000 he's got saved. So could start looking for a proper item now. Rod of Atos maybe.
Bottom tower has fallen.
The
Maybe.
single null Tranquil Boots feels pretty bad on the sky.
Dire's bottom tower.
I mean,
Hello, Mr. Roshan.
honestly, it might even be better. Just buys like a bunch of nulls. Okay, he's going for the Aether Lens instead.
Oh, okay.
Dire
I guess then if your Bat jumps, like Bat is... He's got Blink queued, but he's saving up enough money that I am wondering if it's going to be that BKB.
Yeah, I think I prefer the BKB as well. It just means that Hokori can't really damage you, right? I mean, most of the damage output comes from the Orchid,
is under attack.
silencing you, hitting you, the explosion damage, and then Radiance, so... Not too much physical damage on Hokori's side.
Yeah, not yet anyway. Beastmaster's had a pretty good couple of minutes. Now up to Necro 2. Did have that top lane for quite some time. Tusk over in his own triangle. The high ground tombstone. It's a
High ground
good
tomb.
one from D-Flash. Mystic Flare not going to
No
finish anyone
lasso,
off.
though.
The Undying's down and Lumiere chasing forward. The Quap focusing the tombstone down as the monkey comes in, but he's silenced before he can Wukongs. That Boundless Strike does slay Vitali though, as Chaos and FCR battling with the Queen of Pain, the shield there to dispel the silence off. And they're chasing with the Radiance, the
Yeah,
tag team
burn.
onto the Monkey King. He's trying to turn and fight the Tusk. He does get a kill in the exchange, but they lose out in the end.
Yeah, not the worst though, because they do manage to get 2 kills at least on the side of Crewmates. At this point, like even if your carry dies and you get 2 kills, it's fine, right? Just because of how far behind you are. And High Ground Tombstone was doing a lot of work, but God bless Queen of Pain, focusing the tomb instead of the heroes there,
Yes.
allowing her team to actually win the fight. or not win the fight, but at least, you know, come out even, I would say.
Because it could have been a big one. Could have been a real big one for
Yeah.
Crewmates.
Definitely.
Something you mentioned, you know, in every Undying game, but this game especially. That team fight tombstone. Gotta respect it.
The problem with Crewmates right now is they just got wrecked way too hard on this early game. That whatever strategy they have is just not working out yet.
Well, they're getting a kill
Good
top.
pick on the NP.
Yeah, Furion down. Lasso used again very nicely. Bottom lane, though, the Beastmaster going to suffer a similar fate. The Tusk snowballs in with a tag team. Gardic with Nier, they're both there. As D-Flash, he's walked into this.
Flash. He's baiting for the Monkey Wukongs here. Monkey has Aghanims.
Dire's top
Monkey leaps
has
away
to get
now.
out. Worried that there could be a ward on that high ground and they would just kill him.
And nice from the Abaddon to push out that top lane a couple of extra waves. And TP's in mid to reach the rest of his squad. Still holding Aegis for another 2.5 minutes. Lumiere. You know, back to that comment you made about teams not knowing how to play out the rest of the map and, you know, taking tier 2s and stuff like that. What happens now? You've killed tier 1s, killed tier 2s, you've got Roshan, you've got Aegis, but it's 19 minutes in. How do you high ground? You can't, right?
Yeah, you want to get some kills when crewmates try to push outside the base, like this Batrider, for example. That would be a really good hero to try and hunt right now.
And they're trying.
And he should die.
They're TPing on him. They've got the tag team and the silencers to clear him up.
That's exactly what they need to do. I mean, this Batrider is just trying to create some kind of space for his allies to get out on the map. You just keep doing that. You just keep doing that until you have enough items to be able to brute force the high ground. You don't need to force high ground ever. Like, it's just not a thing that's necessary if you're constantly farming.
Poor Undying. But it can feel, you know, a little counterintuitive, right? Because you want to finish the game, you feel like you're strong, you want to end it, but you kind of have to backpedal a little bit in order to go forward.
Yeah, I mean, finishing the game, the moment you took all their towers and you're constantly killing them as you're leaving the base, but you can't go high ground because they got some really big teamfight spells. I mean, you've already finished the game at that point, right? It's just a matter of having the discipline to chill and get the right angles and the right timing to go to the high ground.
You've got your foot in the door. You just need to open it. Tier 3 bottom with a catapult wave arriving. And Lumiere. Man, that Curse of Avernus sure does shred through buildings. Beastmaster just going to chuck some axes at him. But that is an Aegis Abaddon with multiple lives thanks to borrowed time. And a full set of barracks going to fall. Hokori come in, claim what is rightfully theirs. And very likely just run away. Run away to the next set of tier 3s and barracks. Oh, what's going to stop them?
Can't even play Dota.
They're just throwing spells at them. Please leave. Please exit our base. No, you're going to stay? Okay, we'll lasso you then. Jump on the Tusk, they'll drag him into the tier 4s, but a snowball dodges the boundless strike. Can he get out of there with a blink? He can, and a shield as well. The Abaddon's forced to borrow time, but Lumiere, he's just fine. There's nothing stopping that Abaddon now. The rest of the squad still behind the Abaddon is having his mana burnt, and the first life is gone. So Aegis down inside the Wukong's command. He might not be fine anymore. They're going to come in with a Beastmaster not having mana for roar.
No mana to roar.
They can't roar him up. And the Queen of Pain's Sonic Wave has pushed them all back and killed off the Sky Rat. Monkey jumping towards the Quap. They won't find her. She's already blinked away. They didn't have mana for roar, Theban. Yep.
Oh no.
I clicked on him. He had 80 mana on that Beastmaster.
That's an absolute. Now he buys a magic stick. He's like, I'm sorry, guys.
My bad. Now that could have been huge for Crewmates if they got that Abaddon after the Aegis and after borrowed time. But it's another lane here for Hokori. 6-24. One last fight, guys. One last fight. That's what we've got left in us. Go on, Hokori. One more lane.
You think they got that in them? You think they have one more fight in them?
I think this is the only opportunity that Crewmates are going to have. Hokori sticking around just a little bit too long. They'll try one more. 4 staff on the Abaddon. Who was that? Batrider forcing him in? Yeah. Discipline from Hokori though. Getting out of there after the tier 3. You don't reckon they've got one more fight, Theban? You think they're considering what happens in game 2?
Listen, when you're like behind, when you're giving up 900 gold a minute right now, it is just not a thing. They're just gonna go to the high ground, just gonna battle. I mean, maybe they can do something. They pop his ulti and then they lasso him after, bring him into the tier 4s with the Wukongs, but Wukong's still on cooldown.
And you've lost your Beastmaster.
Yep.
He's dead without buyback. Mystic Flare doesn't do enough. And Batrider's
That's it.
silent, so he can't get a lasso off. Scarth Mage buys back, the Wukong's comes, but Gardic and Chantress gets a double kill off of it, and Mega Creeps, they're coming. Every lane of Barracks destroyed, as FCR runs away from some Treants. And Chantress, Gardic under the Glimmer Cape still dies, but in comes the Tusk with a tag team. Slaying D-Flash, finding the Sky Wrath, everybody's dying on the side of Crewmates, and GG is called. Hokori, phenomenal performance from them. That laning stage, it was spot on. Really, really beautiful stuff.
Damn. Just watching
Yeah,
this
that's
game,
pretty much just damn.
watching this game was extremely impressive. Like, I hope it wasn't a fluke, right? We'll see game number 2 what happens. But the way that they